course.
Hey, beloveds across the planet, wherever you are, and my beautiful sisters here with me. Greetings on this special day 911. So the four of us are honored and I guess honored and gifted with to bring forth this ceremony because this day 24 years ago an event happened. And I want to talk more about that later. But in the meantime, I want to greet you on behalf of Karuna, Diana Kelly, Anadea Judith, and myself to this Founding Mothers Movement ceremony for 911. And I want to set the context for this. And even as I speak to you, I'm getting goosebumps and chills all over my body because probably each of you know and remember what was happening on that day. And it was so impactful for our human family that it actually raised a blip on the number generator. It impacted the world so mightily. And that's partially why it's so important to do ceremony so that the impact of that, which still resonates and gets kind of echoed at this time, can be addressed in honoring the sacrifice, because that's the way I think of the people who passed over on that day, that it was a sacrifice we made on behalf of the move to end war, to dismantle our war machine. And even as I think of what's happening in the Gaza, in between the Palestinians and the Israelis, and not only there, but the wars all over our planet. We have at least 50 wars taking place even as I speak. So, and this anathema and abomination that we do to ourselves. I mean, we mothers, we grandmothers, we sisters, we cousins, we have to send our loved ones to these wars. And some of them are actually called upon to shoot and to pillage toward even family members. So this is this crime against humanity. War is, in fact, a crime that we perpetrate toward ourselves. And that's why I want to acknowledge the grief that is inside of all of us that we don't hardly ever get a chance to express because of the nature of war. And the pain is so deep and so universal, actually, that we don't take the time like this, to acknowledge the movement of our hearts, that we would end this practice and first to embrace ourselves. Embrace ourselves. So I'm going to do this brief invocation. We're going to experience this grief in order to bring it to healing, to the light of healing. And we're going to pardon me, we're going to turn toward the truth of who we are. And the truth of who we are is the way we're going to end our time together. So, oh beloved Creator, greatest mystery, listening to every voice, every breath, and certainly to the sounds and the wishes and the emanations of this ceremony. We invoke the deepest inspiration, the most guiding bright lights to lead our human family forth out of this practice of war, pillage, abomination, racism, genocide, hurting ourselves, suicide. Inspire us so that we may actually uplift all of our human family to never have to do this again. And please send all of your emissaries, your masters, your guidance systems, the guides, the ancestors, the elements to help us in this regard, because we know we need all the help of the universe. We cannot do this alone, nor can we do it from our egoic self alone. We need the love, the great love and compassion of creation. So it is. An Adeo, please.
Greetings, everyone. Yeah, as Ejna mentioned on this day, a deeply disturbing historical day. And it is said that we can't heal what we can't feel. And we are so bombarded with the news every day of the loss of various things in our environment, our personal rights, the horrors that are happening, that we get numb to it. And that is very dangerous, to be numb, even as difficult as it is to feel. It's dangerous to be numb because we don't have the fuel, the emotional fuel, to rise up and change it. So I'm going to take you on a meditation into grieving, where you are invited to grieve, to express yourself, to make sounds. And I'm warning you that I'm going to name some dark things that are happening on the planet, because we need to know these things, we need to acknowledge them. And we will not leave you in this darkness. This is part of the process of the cleansing that we will then take you in this ceremony toward the healing of it. So, if we could cue up the music. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or keep them gently lowered. Notice what emotions are living in you when you think about our world today. We gather not just to talk about the state of our world, but to feel it. To let ourselves know in our hearts and bodies what is breaking, what is falling apart, what we are losing. But we don't have to do it alone. We do this together.
It gets kind of echo.
Think about the environment, rising heat.
Because that's the way I think of the people who passed over on that day.
I'm hearing two voices, but I'm going to continue. So think about the environment, the rising heat, the forest burning, rivers running dry, plastic in the ocean, species disappearing, pristine wilderness being exploited.
Marianne, will you
Feel
turn
the
down the
pain.
music, please, a little bit? Thank you. Thank you.
Of the Mother Earth.
Thank you.
Feel that and let a soft sound come out. Of the heart. Ah. What do you know that you want to run away from? What is there calling you to notice, to feel, to grieve? Breathe into that. Face into it. And let out your sound. Think about our politics, power concentrated in the few, trust breaking down, cruelty shouting louder than compassion, leaders who turn neighbors against each other instead of toward the common good, lies, manipulation, money to the rich, people being deported just for showing up at work, separated from their families. The incomprehensible genocide that is happening. Feel your rage. Cry for those who have no voice. Think about our society, inequality widening, racism, hatred resurfacing. Loneliness growing even as we scroll endlessly through our digital feeds. Communities fraying when so many yearn to belong, to be seen, to be safe. Feel that ache in your heart for things to be right. And the terrible wrongness on so many levels. Breathe in as each truth weighs on your heart. You don't need to push it away. Notice where these feelings live in your body. Is it tightness in your chest, a heaviness in your belly, a lump in your throat? Let's just take a moment to feel these things. What breaks your heart? What breaks your heart? And say this either aloud or softly to yourself. We feel this together.
We feel this together.
Carry this together.
We carry this together.
We are not alone.
We are not alone.
And I invite you to open your eyes and slowly come back to the group and see the others in this space that have been holding this with you. And we'll take a moment to invite Diana Kelly to bring us into a water blessing so the water cleanses our tears. And then we will each have a chance to share. Diana?
Yes.
And we can cut the music.
The capacity to be moved, to retain our empathy, and to go toward the pain is a huge part of what the feminine brings to the world. And it is so desperately needed now. Lynn Twist, the founder of Pachamama, says that the women she works with in Africa say that the souls of the Western people are dry because we do not water our souls with the tears of grief, the tears of being moved, the tears of being touched. I believe they get their words, their inspiration from an African proverb, which says, the soul would have no rainbow if the eyes didn't have tears.
Will you say that again, please? Will you repeat this?
The soul would have no rainbow if the eyes did not have tears.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Sacred tears are prayers. We honor the water of our own tears. The water is our first medicine. It is the lifeblood of the earth and of our bodies. Water remembers, restores, and carries our prayers. Sacred Holy One, Mother of rivers, Mother of oceans, a reflector of the moon, we call to you. Flow into this circle, flow into our hearts, into the places we are dry and weary. Let this water be holy with our intentions. As we prepare to share our sorrows, see the tears of your heart falling into this vessel. Let these tears be offerings that bless the roots of the earth, that awaken the seeds of empathy and compassion, that through this water our souls are washed, are renewed, and made whole. Through you, water, we remember that sorrow is sacred, tears are prayers, and the rainbow waits beyond the storm.
Thank you.
And with that water blessing, if you have a bottle of water near you or a cup, let us drink together with the prayers in this water, because we know when we put our prayers into water, it has a healing effect. Thank you, Diana. That was beautiful. Water shared is life shared. And so to take this grief a little more personal, a little less abstract, each of us four is just going to say one thing that is breaking your heart right now. And then, Marianne, if you can put us into breakout groups of 4 people for 2 to 3 minutes each, we will share in smaller circles. Well, actually, how many people do we have on the call?
Yeah, and a day I'm thinking maybe we should just stay together like this because
I
there's
think so too. Yeah.
and we can all actually each of us go a little more deeply for
Yeah.
ourselves personally
Yeah.
about this.
So I'll begin, and there's so many things to name, of course, but
Mm.
the children who are growing up into this world we are leaving them, this world that once was holy and pristine and beautiful,
Mm.
and of course still is, but they're going to deal with climate change, and they're going to deal with pollution, and they're going to deal with the downstream of everything we are leaving them. And that is not the way an older generation should leave a younger generation.
Mm.
And my heart breaks for those children that have this mess to clean up that was not a mess of their making.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
Just to keep it in conversation and popcorn style it in this way so we stay in ceremony to add to the children that the parental guidance and the daycare centers and everybody connect with the true Aquarian child. We are bringing them forth into this world to make it a better place. They have their purpose. They know their purpose. When I do my yoga over my grandson, he looks up at me and just laughs. And it brings contentment when I put his feet and his hands together. So this movement, this founding mothers movement, we're all mothers.
Mm.
It doesn't matter your hierarchy and where you stand as a mother. You're a mother. No matter who you embody inside of yourself and identify with, you have a mother in you.
Mhm.
And let our own mothers, my own 91-year-old mother, she leans into me now and gets it.
Mhm.
Whereas at a time, and I'll share this personal note, I took her to see Father Thomas Keating all the way up in Snowmass in the sanctuary in Snowmass in Aspen Mountain, where he lived forever. And we know him as a contemplative priest and a monk, and he wove all religions together as one. And Mama asked, Diana, Mama asked,
Mm.
what is all the other stuff? And he said, Diana, we're all one God in God. He doesn't judge which religion and how we're doing it. So that grief and the healing my own mother at 91 is going through,
Mm.
to understand what we have to do to keep up Anadea with this, to understand that grief is actually a healer, that we're not afraid to release the trauma here together.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next because I talked with my son last night, and he was telling me how AI, they're essentially programming AI to take over their jobs.
Mm.
And Microsoft laid off 15,000 of their programmers who are earning over $200,000 a year. That's Microsoft alone. So if you have all of the tech companies laying off at this level,
Mm.
all these middle class privileged young people who can take their mothers or their fathers to hear these people, we're facing a crisis that we don't, it's looming before our eyes.
Mhm.
But for me, what's happening still in the homes where children are being beaten, domestic violence
Mm.
takes place every single day. And I watched, I hesitate to talk about my brothers and sisters and myself because most of us are still alive. But
Mm.
all of my brothers and sisters were beaten so unmercifully. They left home before we were 13 years old. None of them on that side, because of the violence in the home and the alcoholism in the Deep South and other places. And in the reservation, my own reservation, the suicide rate is still astronomical. And in Africa, we have these camps of 250,000 people who are just sitting there, refugees, G camps. And now aid has been cut off from the United States. So it's the other developed countries that might provide food, but still, it's the suffering on the planet is astronomical. And that is why Founding Mothers Movement exists. We mothers, if we're going to ensure anything for our children, grandchildren, and our whole human future, bring ourselves together in solidarity and to not let this grief paralyze us. Because I've heard so many say, I'm so paralyzed because I'm alone. And for us in the Founding Mothers Movement to reach out to our local people, but how do we bring this down to the local level where people can come together? We women, because we have this motherhood line of love flows through every single one of us, whether we're a sister, a daughter, an auntie, or however we're affiliated with the rest of the human race. And all the farmers who bring us food, and all the truck drivers who bring it into the cities, how dependent and interdependent we are. And yet our leadership is condemning us, condemning us to solitude, servitude, and manipulation. So it's yeah, we have our task in front of us. We do, but it's our love that's in our hearts that we need to be touching. So thank you for letting me kind of emote on. There's so much more, but that's enough for now. Yeah, Diana, your turn.
Thank you. So yeah, I believe that for a really interesting combination of factors here, one being AI, our empathy, what makes us human, is under attack to throw so much at us that we become numb. And I know we each of us have said parts of this. I feel it is imperative that we don't lose that we continue to feel, even if it's painful. And I said earlier, one of the strengths of women in particular, the feminine in particular, is to go toward the pain, to feel, to connect on all the levels. And we so need that. And, AI is coming in, so that's happening. And then AI is coming in and, kind of taking over our that human piece, that feeling piece. And people are substituting relationships, AI for relationships. Some young people, especially, I think, are doing this because they're lonely. Our society is, we're not connected the way that we need to be. And we're disconnected from ourselves. We're just disconnected from the earth. Myself, I have recently felt very drawn to the water element in particular, and to do ritual with water. And I had a wonderful experience that I shared a little bit with you three, rather, that in Mount Shasta, with the spring that comes out of the mountain. And the water asked me to do these rituals because I think ritual can help carry us through these times. And we're doing this here, and a lot more needs to be done with this to help us keep the sacred in every day. I started recently holding my cup of coffee and just having in the morning and having a ritual with my coffee, because even make the mundane sacred. And I'm just sharing that because that's working for me. And I believe that in whatever way people feel guided to do that for themselves, it can be really powerful and can really help to support your soul, your spirit as we walk through these times, which are very challenging. So thank you.
I think taking a walk
Mm.
in nature and allowing us to invite listening and the placement of the foot with the big toe and then the heel and the inhale and the exhale is part of what you're talking, that really slowing down, because you know what AI can't do? Meditate for you. So that's so sorry AI, but you can't do that for me. And if we could influence, as others are influencing over these incredible placements on social media, like having conversation, but no one knows who you are having this conversation. It's just what we're doing here is having a conversation, and we're so grateful on Facebook that you're all there, and we want to see that we're spreading this light of this founding mothers movement with the indigenous movements and the sacred yogic movements, and every part is woven together. The problem is that people feel still in the old school separated, so they don't want to invite a stretch or two. And it, like Anadea said, when I started to emote, my whole body released. And if we don't be honest and truthful with this founding mothers movement, that we're mothers and that we emote and that we release and that we can gather and then harvest in this time of October and the harvest moon, and as the moon is lower and lingers, it is important to honor your cup of tea in such a way and your gift. And thank you for bringing that up, because diet nutrition will help calm our nerves.
True.
And so we do have to invite the ideas around yogic practice only because it's healthy. It's not athleticism or religion. It brings all the planets, all the cosmos, all the Mother Earth. It's incredible that we have these amazing people like Chief Phil, who writes, Chief Phil Lane Jr., citizen of the Icontagouan and Chippewa nations, Four Worlds International Institute, wrote pages for us to reveal today to the public from the perspective of on death shared by Chief Seattle, Duwamish, and Squamish tribes, Salish Nation. Life is not seen as a single path that ends abruptly. Life is understood as a circle, the Hochokawakan, the sacred hoop that Ajna talks about, a continuum that flows through the many worlds. When we say there is no death, only a change of worlds. We are not threatened by AI. We are not threatened. We are mothers. It means there is no death, only a change of worlds. It means that the spirit does not cease to exist when the body stops breathing. What changes is the form and the place and the way the spirit continues its journey. If I may just read just a little more. According to this understanding, the body is part of Mother Earth, formed from the elements and returning to the earth when it's time to complete. However, the essence, the spirit, does not dissolve. It transitions into other realms, other worlds that are just as real as the one we live in now. Just as real as the one we live in now. We don't have to fall into the traps. This transition is not an ending. This transition is a passage. And we talk about offering comfort. Ajna, we talk about glory, right? We talk about the reassurance that life continues beyond the physical realms. And on behalf of Ajna, holding the torch, the indigenous views holds that our relations, our relationships, our love, and our memories are not lost in this transmission and transition. They remain with us and they are carried into the next worlds, the children being born. The 7 generations before us gave us this, the 7 generations to come. These worlds are connected, and the spirit worlds are seen not as distance, but as very close. And closer than our breath. That's magnificent. That takes you beyond yoga. Because we're so attached to prana and breath. I love what I just read to you and share with the world. Closer than our own breath. Those who walk before us continue to exist, to guide, to love, and remain part of the sacred hoop of life.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
This is why ceremonies, prayers, and remembrances are so important today, as Anadea said in the beginning, and Ajna said, we must have this ceremony right here and now, everyone watching in, and please participate. Let's bridge this connection right here and now. Let's make it a vow, a bow. No one is erased. Last thing, no one is erased. No one is forgotten, and no love is broken by death. And I leave you with that from Chief Phil Lane. And I honor our indigenous, and I kiss and drink that in a sweat lodge, that beautiful water you're talking about, the sweat off my brow, to offer in reverence and devotion. In yoga, we call it bhakti. Satnam, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We cannot afford to lose hope. We cannot afford to forget that the light always returns, that everything is a cycle, that rebirth always follows death. And this is our rite of passage.
Yes.
So, Karuna, did you have a song?
I think our beloved Marianne's going to put that on. We're going to take this and just into prayer. And I want you to feel the I am. You know, it's written in the text YAM. The first words of all the religions combined is I am. So feel this at your heart. And Marianne, if you would so kindly put this beautiful rendition of a dear friend that is singing it for us today, the I Am. Sangeeta Kaur is her name. Beloveds, close your eyes. Take a tall seat. Drink the water. And chant. and confirm and affirm. We go beyond. Chant. I am. Confirm. Tap in. I am. I am. For all those suffering, send it there. All the 50 wars that exist, send it there, please. Founding Mothers is putting out the destruction, this war zone. Fall to your knees. Whispering. I am. Coexist. Everyone's invited. Feel the frequency. Honor our ancestors. They didn't have this glorious opportunity. Tall and smile. Breathe. Raise this awareness. Awaken your spirit. Together we chant. I am, I am. I am, I am. I am, I am. I am, I am. I am, I am.
Thank you, Karuna.
Thank you.
May the blessings of this day in this most sacred way serve us. And dear Anadea, if you could speak to this and close us out, we would be so, so grateful for your words, Anadea. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, everyone listening and going through this rite of passage that we are creating in a microcosm for the healing of the macrocosm. And to understand as we go through this dark night of the species that this is our rite of passage. This is our rite of passage to force a so much needed reorganization that when we get to the other side, we will look back and laugh at our folly. How could we possibly have thought that, have behaved like that? It is so much better now. The greening, the loving, the reorganization, that this is all part of the birth process. And when a woman is giving birth, and here we are talking about founding mothers, we're trying to give birth to a new world. Birth is painful. The contractions hurt. And in this world, those contractions are coming faster and faster. But what that means when the contractions are closer together is that we are nearer the birth process. And when that baby comes out, it is a miracle. And it's a miracle of love because you fall in love instantly with this tiny little helpless thing. You fall in love instantly, and the pain that you went through to get there is forgotten. It's completely forgotten in the miracle of birth. And if you told a woman that, she was going to bring a baby out of an opening this big, she'd say you're crazy. But we can birth a world out of this mess because birthing is messy, and this is the mess, the pain of the contractions. And contractions are asking something to let go and relax and give way and open. So we take all this into that belief in the miracle of birth, that we are all part of birthing this new world, and we send our work out to wherever it is needed, to the war-torn places, to the falling rainforests, to the fires, to the people deported, all of the tragedies. We send this love out, and we know we are birthing a new world.
Anadea, can you talk a little bit about those that are suffering from the loss today of their beloveds on 9/11? Can you give us something, Anadea, for that?
Oh, the pain of mothers in Gaza who cannot feed their children, and watching their children wither away. I cannot even imagine. It's incomprehensible. So we need from our heart to send compassion and consolation. Consolation that we are there. Even if we are not there physically, we can reach out our virtual hands and touch their hearts and look into their eyes and hold them in their grief and hold them in our love. Just the way a mother holds a child when they have fallen and stumbled and hurt themselves. And we know that humanity as a whole needs to awaken from this nightmare and create the dreams that we know are possible. And it is that we invoke on this day, this transformation, this awakening, this succeeding through the initiation into our planetary adulthood that is wise and just and compassionate and collaborative and loving and sacred. And that is what we are bringing in today, a return of the sacred. Where the hoop was broken, the hoop is mended. Where there is suffering, we bring love. Where there is hunger, we bring food. Where there is thirst, we bring water. Where there is darkness, we bring light. We hold this together. Aho.
Metako yase. Shall we play a little bit of a gong to
Yes,
just
please. And I don't know what happened to Grandmother Ejna, but I know she is with us.
bless all of you for showing up for yourselves and your families today. We take you deeply into our hearts as individually we also are there, suffering through transformation is not easy. You gotta let go of the old stuff, and that ain't easy. And no one said it would be, but when you get there, this is where the gong therapy is very helpful. So whatever I'm holding on to, may I please let it go. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy this therapeutic gong ceremony. Rest in oneness, rest in savasana, corpse pose. Allow yourself to sink deep into gratitude and joy and love, compassion.
And so it is, beloveds. Take this healing into your world. We send you with our love and our blessings. Would each of you like to make final words?
I would just like to repeat, sorrow is sacred. Our tears are prayers. And the rainbow waits beyond the storm.
Oh.
May the blessings of this day in this most sacred way serve all of you. Patience pays. Allow. We will share this on our beautiful founding mother's website. We will share this ceremony. We will share all of you.
Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Sat Nam. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.